Hope is a powerful word. It motivates us to persevere through challenges, imagine a brighter future, and find meaning in our daily lives. For Christians, hope is more than optimism or wishful thinking. It's deeply rooted in trusting in God's promises. This theological virtue shapes how we live, navigate struggles, and find joy. So what does hope mean for us as Christians, and how does it guide us in times of both hardship and peace? The Bible provides rich imagery for hope. In the Old Testament, hope often means waiting on God's timing. Sometimes it's eager anticipation, like the excitement and nerves of watching your favourite football team and hoping for a win. You feel excited because you don't know exactly when it'll happen, but you're really hopeful that it will. This is the hope Noah's family felt as they waited for the flood waters to recede. Another form of hope is patient endurance, like waiting for seeds to grow. It's about trusting that something will happen, even if it takes time. Both forms of hope involve trusting in God, whether the outcome feels near or far. In the New Testament, hope takes on a confident, assured tone, anchored in the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The early Christians saw his resurrection as the fulfillment of God's promise, giving them a living hope that assured them of God's unfolding plan for salvation. This hope isn't just a desire for a better future. It's certainty in God's ultimate purpose to redeem and restore. This same hope is what Pope Francis calls us to rediscover during the 2025 Jubilee Year of Hope. In his message, Hope Does Not Disappoint, he reminds us that hope is anchored in Jesus Christ, who transforms the world through his death and resurrection. This, Pope Francis says, is the heart of our faith and the basis of our hope. This hope is active and communal, calling us to trust in God's promises and live in a way that reflects his love. Christian hope shapes both our future aspirations and our present actions. It shapes how we live now. It gives us the strength to endure trials, the courage to confront hardships, or the assurance that God is with us in every moment. Even in suffering or uncertainty, hope reminds us that our lives are not meaningless or without value, because God's ultimate plan is unfolding. Hope reminds us that God is with us, guiding us forward. People who have hope know that their life has meaning and purpose. But hope doesn't only lift us up in hard times. It also deepens in times of joy, comfort, and peace. Hope flourishes when we recognize God's blessings in our lives and when we trust that even greater things are yet to come. Even in moments of abundance, hope deepens and strengthens our connection to God's promises. It calls us to live differently, to act with love and compassion, especially toward the most vulnerable. We can look to the Blessed Virgin Mary as a model of hope. She trusted in God's promises completely, even when the future was uncertain and challenging. As Elizabeth says to her, "Blessed is she who believed that the promises made her by the Lord would be fulfilled." Mary's hope was not passive, but a strong, active faith in God's love and plan. Her example teaches us that true hope relies on trusting God's goodness and looking forward to his promises, even when we don't see the full picture. Hope works hand in hand with faith and love. Faith is the foundation, giving us assurance in things not yet seen, whilst love expresses that hope through action. Hope is and can be very practical actions in our lives. As Pope Benedict XVI taught in Spe Salvi, the one who has hope lives differently. Pope Francis also calls on us to live differently, to be tangible signs of hope in the world, expressing solidarity and mercy through our actions by serving the most vulnerable, those in poverty, those who are sick, our elderly neighbours, our prisoners, those who might feel on the margins of our society, and those who feel alone. By caring for others, we bring hope to life, living out the hope we profess. As Pope Francis says, works of mercy are also works of hope. So hope calls us to action, especially in a world where so many feel left behind. So Christian hope is not just a wish for the future. It's a powerful virtue that shapes how we live now. Rooted in faith, nurtured by love, and oriented toward eternity, hope compels us to trust in God's promises. It's an anchor of the soul, keeping us steady amid life's storms and guiding us to fix our eyes on Jesus Christ, even in times of peace, abundance, and joy, drawing us ever closer to God. As the people of God, the Pobal Day, may we live hope. May we live as signs of God's promise, bringing light and joy to the world around us. Through our actions, our love, and our faith, may we be singers of hope in a world that longs for it. And may we help others experience the joy and strength that comes from a life grounded in hope, a life rooted in Jesus Christ.